Hi guys, so you're very welcome to this webinar on Smart Manufacturing Systems, an MSc course here at Ulster University. I just wanted to turn my camera on to start to introduce myself so you can see me as well as hear me. I am Dr. Emma Kerr. I'm the course director for this course, and I'm going to take you through today just a snapshot of the course, the things that you might learn when you're on the course, and the benefits and potential outputs from the course for you as a student, and why you might enjoy it, and why you really should consider studying smart manufacturing systems here at Ulster. So what I'll do is I'll just put my camera off for the rest of the duration of the talk, and you obviously will hear me over each slide. Okay. So guys, as I say, this is for the Smart Manufacturing Systems MSc course here at Ulster. I'm Dr. Emma Kerr. My details are on screen. Please do feel comfortable and don't hesitate to reach out and contact me if you have any questions at all. My emails online are on the screen there, and I've also got my work telephone number there on screen as well. So if you want, you can give me a quick call. And I've also put my office. Primarily at the moment, I'm working from home due to COVID, but as we approach a return to campus, if needed, if you want a physical meeting, you can drop me an email and we'll try and arrange in my office. But for now, primarily I'm working at home. But if you ring my phone number, it will come through to my desktop at home. Okay, so please don't hesitate to get in contact if you have any questions about what you've seen today or what you read online about the course. So what are the benefits of studying in UU? Well, listen, we offer a range of different courses. Apart from the fact we have over 200,000 alumni worldwide, we have excellent conversion courses if you want to change careers. So maybe you're not a computer scientist, we have a master's that will help you convert to that if you wish. You really do get a competitive edge in employment, particularly if you're taking on a postgraduate course. Really sets you above, the ranking of graduate, and really sets you on the right path for a really strong career. Obviously, managing to complete any course like this, you'll get personal fulfillment from the course without doubt. Sense of achievement is unreal when you finish a master's. Take it from someone who has completed a master's in the past, myself. You genuinely are taught by experts, and as I go through some of the modules today, and I'll talk about them, I'll mention this again, but we have quite a range of modules within this master's to make sure that you're around qualified person when you come out of this, and you really are taught by experts in each of the fields. All of the people that will teach you on the course are active personnel and staff as well. So they're very aware and attuned to the state of the art within their field. They're able to inform their teaching quite heavily with their research and ensure that you are being taught with the very latest aspects of every topic that you take on. It's a really supported study environment. We offer a lot of things to support students, not just in terms of their study, in terms of the resources that you'll gain from taking part in the course and being a student at Ulster, in terms of the knowledge, the software, the hardware that you'll use, but also outside of your exact course as well. We offer a lot of career guidance, a lot of well-being guidance on campus, and at the moment at home as well due to COVID. So there is a really strong study environment, and a lot of people, as particularly this course is on the McGee campus, a lot of people said it's a very homely, family type feel, and I think that's really stands true when you see people, enjoying their time at McGee. So you really are going to benefit from a strong, supported study environment, both from the staff members, the other members of personnel on site, and from your students and your peers. And we have peer mentors and student mentors and everything throughout our courses. It is a really strong, supported study environment. Obviously, when you do a course, but you'll come out with academic and professional qualifications as well. Particularly in this one, smart manufacturing systems, Industry 4.0, smart factories is a topic within industry at the moment. It's a really necessary topic. We need people to be upskilled, to be aware of what Industry 4.0 is and how you can, ensure that you can bring industry, manufacturing, particular industry, up through into that level of being competitive with Industry 4.0. You'll gain the right qualifications on the course to put you in the position to go and do that as part of your job. And on that, we have brilliant links with companies and employers. We have a huge, strong connection with a number of local companies and international companies. And, we obviously try to put our students in touch as possible. Any job opportunities comes up, we'll share them. also inform, strongly inform our courses and tell us what they need from graduates, and we suitably change our course within reason then to suit that as well. So you're coming out not only with a qualification, but the tailored skills specified from employers that they need right now in people that they can employ for their roles. So apart from anything else, I would like to just highlight our teaching excellence, particularly as I say at McGee where this course is based. We've unreal scores in the National Student Survey, really excellent scores. On average, can get 91% and 94% for engineering. In some cases, in individual questions, engineering in particular was at 100% satisfaction rate. So it's a really, really important that you understand that's not the university telling you that. National Student Survey, so that's the survey from students who have rated our university and our learning environment in those really, really high capacities within our school. We have, I've mentioned this about the support, and this within our, we have an open door policy, so you can email your lecturer at any point, request a meeting, and try and talk through any issues that you're facing, be it academically and or anything that is external to your course but could be affecting your study. So that might be financial or family issues or anything at all, or health issues. And we're not going to claim to be experts on all of those, but certainly your lecturing staff will help you where possible, but they'll also be able to signpost you to the correct department and ensure that you get the help and support that you need. So that open door policy works really, really well, and it's been something students have really and really commented on in the past as well. We have absolutely state-of-the-art computing and engineering facilities here at McGee. We have a state-of-the-art lab for engineering, complete manufacturing workshop. Engineering students, we have a number of computing labs, completely done state-of-the-art, some of which are sponsored by those employers and those big industries that I've just mentioned we have links with. Typically during non-COVID times, please bear in mind things change with government guidelines. Our lab access is 24/7, so if you don't have the hardware that you might think you need, you can access our computing facilities 24/7 on the McGee campus as well. We like to see our students as partners and co-creators, and that's because we really believe that you will co-create the experience that you get from this, and the knowledge that you gain from your degree, it will be co-created by you. So we see you as a partner rather than just a student who's paying a fee and is going to come and do a course. That's not what it is at all, and you would understand that quite early on in your course with the relationship with your lecturers. And it really is it's strong, and we like to push the fact that you will help create the output and the outcome from your course for you. And it's a really good thing. And as I say, it's not just me saying this. We have a number of staff awards from the UUSU, that's a student union. They back up these benefits and the teaching excellence that I'm highlighting in this slide. What are the quantifiable benefits of studying a postgraduate course? Well, on average, it's about £8,000 extra that a postgraduate would get in comparison to undergraduates. The amount that you can expect as a master's graduate across a lifetime, average extra amount that you would get is 266,000. That's quite a lot. Obviously, and it really does, I suppose, make it realistic in terms of why it's beneficial to do this. Apart from the monetary side of things, postgraduates typically progress faster, 20% faster than any graduates or undergraduates in professional settings. So, your career path as well will really boost from you having the masters on board. And it's a stat that 90.7% of the UK full-time leavers at postgraduate level are working in professional occupations, comparison to 72% of undergraduate leavers. And all of our sources, as I say, we're not just making these numbers up, of course, all of our sources are in the last box on the right-hand side. So what do we offer for postgraduate study then? Well, we offer a number of flexible modes of study. We offer full-time, part-time, and distance learning. You'll see from the rest of the presentation that for this specific course, we run a full-time and part-time option, not a distance learning option. We have flexible study levels, so we have short courses, we have postgraduate certificate and postgraduate diplomas. Postgraduate diploma is something you can get from this course as well if you don't want to extend it to a master's, but of course then we do offer master's levels as well. So within our school, which is the School of Computing, Engineering and Intelligent Systems, hence the reason I shortened it to SCEIS at the top. We have 3 industry-ready postgraduate courses at the moment. We have a data science master's, which is course director is Dr. Dermot Kerr, and you can contact him when the contact details there on screen if it's something you're interested in. We have a master's in professional software development. I mentioned earlier conversion courses. So this is one of those conversion courses that you can come on and convert yourself to a computer scientist graduate in terms of software development. It's a really popular course, and a lot of people are making that move into that career. But obviously, we also have a master's and MSc in smart manufacturing systems, which is what I'm here to talk about today. So the course director for that is myself, Emmett, and my details are on site on the screen there. And there's also a link of where you can go to our online perspective and read about the course and apply through there as well. So I wanted to just touch on this before we move on to the particulars of the course. Our school is very research active, and the reason I bring this slide in that all of our staff members are active researchers as well within this course. So for example, myself there in the top left, and we have a number of very heavily facilitated and really state-of-the-art labs to help our research as well. We're one of the biggest robot labs. We have a brain mapping machine. I'll come to all this later as well and talk a little bit about the research within the school. But the reason I bring this up now, prior to the rest of the particulars of the course, is that I want to highlight the fact that the course is research informed teaching. Okay, so our staff members are active researchers. They're able to inform their teaching from their research and ensure that it is completely state of the art. So what is the course? Where is it? What's it about? So it's on the McGee campus in Derry in Northern Ireland, so it's primarily based there. All of our classes will be there and non-COVID. And the duration is 12 months if you do it full time. So it's bear in mind it's important that it's different than most undergraduate courses. It's a full semester, full semesters, which is a full calendar year. So it would run from September to September if you were a full-time student. Okay, if you do it as a part-time student, it takes about 24 months. With the exclusion of the summer periods, of course. So the summer periods are pretty much a break for a master's student. So then you would come back to year 3 and finish your course in that way. And I'll talk through that later as well. So there's 2 options for it. But in terms of the course, what is it? Well, modern manufacturing now is a massively growing industry worldwide. As I say, it's a very, very hot topic. And it's so hot because it's continuously for more effective use of the technology they have available, the management systems, the process techniques, the production, all that sort of stuff. So it's a really hot topic, and in particular, Industry 4.0, which is the industrial revolution, the 4th industrial revolution. It's the future of automation because it goes beyond automation. It's into data exchange, and Internet of Things, industrial Internet of Things. And it's really important we differentiate that from automation, which was primarily the 3rd industrial revolution. And at the moment, we're really pushing it, and it's a key driver towards what we're witnessing now, which is the rise of smart factories. But the problem is we need upskilled people to be able to work in those smart factories, drive them, and design processes to suit Industry 4.0 principles and implement them. And that's what you as a student would be gaining qualifications and knowledge in leaving this course. So this program then is designed to provide that advanced level of knowledge, but also the breadth and depth that engineers and managers in those environments would need. So you'll see from the module layout, we don't stop at engineering modules. Okay, so we have data science modules as well. We also have a business module because we feel it's really important that you get the breadth that you need to go into a management position, maybe primarily straight away or further down the line within Industry 4.0, and be able to talk with all parties and negotiate and work with all departments. And it's really, really important that you do that. And you will gain that solid ground in here in those processes so that the Industry 4.0 in this master's. So what are the minimum entry requirements? So you must have gained a 2nd class honour or better, that's a 2.2 or better in the subject area of mechanical engineering, electrical electronic engineering, computing engineering, or a related discipline. And if you're unsure about those related disciplines, please do touch base with our or myself, and we can advise if that's the case that you would have the qualifications needed. Okay, or an equivalent standard in the graduate diploma, graduate certificate, postgraduate certificate, etc., in all those areas as well. And you must also provide evidence of competence in written and spoken English. So that's GCSE grade C, or for international students, it's IELTS grade 6 with no band less than 5.5, or Trinity ISE pass at level 3. Okay, but I would say that each application will be assessed on a case-by-case basis. Not through UCAS, you apply directly to the uni, and we assess every application on a case-by-case basis. So what is the overview of the modules then? As a full-time student, as I say, it's one full calendar year, runs from September to September. Semester 1, which is from September until December, you will study 3 modules: MEC 702, Advanced Manufacturing and Industrial Robotics. Absolutely brilliant module. Listen, I've got a slide about each of these modules, so I'll not spend too much time talking about them, but a really exciting module, really industry ready and interesting software to use within it as well. You'll also study data science foundations. I thought it was really important, particularly for engineers coming onto the course, that you may not have a background in data science, you may not have a background in computer programming or anything like that. So we thought it was really, really important that you have that foundation in the data science as well. So a really important module to help understand data, process it, get it ready, and stuff like that. Then you will also study the global business and context, which is a business module, and I mentioned this already. But again, I'll talk about each of the modules in detail. So you can see there, even in semester 1, you have an engineering module, you have a computer science module, and you have a business module. Because we believe it's really important that you as a student are industry ready leaving this, and you're not just focused primarily on the engineering side of things. You must understand how the application of Industry 4.0 will affect the global business and context. Okay, in other words, how will this affect the business, the industry, on a global competitive stage? If it's not already on a global stage, how can it make it move from a national to a global stage, and within that be competitive? So it's a really important aspect of the module. Then in semester 2, you will study smart factories. Primarily, I teach that module, where you'll look at all the things from lean right up, from lean manufacture, Six Sigma, right through to Internet of Things, industrial Internet of Things, Industry 4.0, all of that really exciting stuff that really is the crux and hot topic at the moment. You'll also study machine learning and data modeling, okay, which is COM 737. So that will take a build up from your data science foundations, okay? And then once you've learned how to pre-process that data and draw stuff out, machine learning and data modeling will help you develop machine learning algorithms that can be used and utilized to draw out information from that data that has been stored from either machinery, as it, order history, customer history, whatever it might be. And you can use machine learning and data modeling then to visualize that much better and draw patterns and even make predictions. So you'll be taught that on that module as well. And you'll also learn computer-aided engineering and manufacturing, CAE or CAM. So this is obviously at an advanced level to master's level, where you look at how computer-aided engineering can assist towards the drive of Industry 4.0 and where it can be applied within industry. Okay. What I would like to note at this point is that please note that you'll see a 20/7 on all of those modules. They are all 20 credit modules, which requires about 200 hours of study, and they're all level 7. So they're at level 7, i.e. master's difficulty. An undergraduate degree is level 6, a postgraduate is level 7. After you've completed your 6 taught modules, if you've passed them all, of course, okay, so you must pass all 6 taught modules to progress to the next stage of the course. At that point, you can either choose to leave with a postgraduate diploma, which is an exit award, if you've passed them all, or what most people do is they progress into the master's then to convert to ensure that it is a master's that you. A master's requires a research element, and that's where your master's project comes in. Note that it's 60 at level 7. So it's the equivalent of 3 full modules. You will do that over the summer semester. Okay, so from the very start of June until September, you will complete your master's project. It's not a taught master's project, so you do not need to attend classes, but you will be allocated a supervisor for that project who you would meet on a semi-regular basis, 2 to 3 weeks apart, and help guide the project. But we really emphasize and we strive towards students driving that project themselves. It's your project as a student. We also really encourage the student to bring their own idea. So if you've worked in an industry in the past, or maybe you're currently working in an industry, bring your own idea to it and complete a project in that. Your project can be from any aspect at all of what you've learned in the course. Okay, and it's a really, really good way to finish off your course and solidify your knowledge and apply that knowledge to a real life project. On successful completion of that, after passing it, you will leave them with your master's, MSc, and SMS. So that's a full-time structure. The part-time structure is slightly different. If you want to do this part-time, maybe you're working full-time in industry. We have a number of students who are working full-time in an industry, and in fact, the industry is paying course, and they study them part-time. So this course, you will do 2 modules in semester 1, year 1. Okay. So it's not 1 calendar year there, as it says at the top. Obviously, it spans over up to 3 calendar years, which I'll talk about now in a second for part-time. Okay. So year 1, semester 1, you'll do 2 modules. You'll do the advanced manufacturing and industrial robotics module, and you'll also do the business module. What I do note at this point, and I just said it last slide, the global business module is an online module, so you don't come to a physical classroom for that, you study that online. All other modules are physical modules, okay? That's in year 1. In year 2, semester 2 then, for year 1, you'll do smart factories. Again, really interesting module, but you'll do that on one of the evenings in the week, okay? For year 2, then, you'll come in, you'll do 1 module in semester 1. Oh, sorry, your summer off. In other words, you're off for your summer of year 1. So from the end of May, after year 1, you're not back in class then until September. Year 2, then you come back in September. Semester 1, you'll do 1 module, which is data science foundations module. Then in semester 2, you'll move on to the machine learning and data modeling module and the computer-aided manufacturing and engineering module, which means you have 2 modules in semester 2 of year 2. Again, similar to the full-time mode, if at that point you wish to leave and you've successfully passed all your modules, you can leave with an exit award of a postgraduate diploma. But again, primarily people usually go on and finish their masters fully by the means of a research project. That project in part-time mode takes 2 semesters. If you wish, you can fast track it. So there's a number of options here for a part-time student completing their project. What I'd like to highlight is that there are some financial implications and details that we would need to iron out depending on when you wish to complete that project, okay? Because particularly if you're going down the student loan route, which is, listen, they're all manageable options, so it's not an issue. I just want to raise it so people are aware. So you can decide at this point to try and fast track your project and complete it over 1 semester alongside full-time students. So in other words, in a full-time mode. I wouldn't advise that obviously if you're working full-time. But if you're not, you can complete your project full-time over the summer in 1 semester and try and fast track that. Okay. Or you could start it over the summer in part and finish it in semester 1 of year 3. Okay, so that would take you then up to Christmas of your 2nd year, and you graduate at Christmas. Or you can take your next summer off again after year 2, end of May, and come back in September and do it then over semester 1 and semester 2 of year 3 and graduate following June. So those options are all viable and they're all possible for the master's module. Obviously, upon successful completion of your project, and if you've passed it, you will then secure MSc and then SMS. So just on the modules, a couple of things to highlight just before I start talking about these modules then. Across both full-time and part-time, the classes are in the evening, okay? So they're in the evening from 4:15 to 9:05. And that's to suit obviously people who work as well. Whether you're doing a full-time or part-time, that will be your class times. All modules are coursework based. And there's no final exams in this master's. So you'll complete elements of coursework for each master's. Or each module, and that's how you'll masters. Okay. So the first module I'll highlight then is Advanced Manufacturing Industrial Robotics. You can see here the little video and animation on screen. This is the specialist software that we actually use for this module. It's called Octopus with a Z. And in this module, you'll really learn about the manufacturing cell, how we can automate it, how we can digitize it, how we can take data from it, and we really focus on a cellular environment at a manufacturing process. This one is a pick and place. It's actually a real life example of a project that was submitted to this module, and you know it's a really good way of analysing and investigating the advanced manufacturing process, which would be compliant then with Industry 4.0 principles. Your CE and CAM module then would look at developing how computer-aided systems and computer-aided manufacturing can impact the productivity and in line with Industry 4.0 type theme, and what we can do within the current manufacturing industry. Typically at this point we aim for a first industrial visit as well, not guaranteed of course, particularly at times of COVID, that's very difficult, but we look a visit to a really state-of-the-art industry, the purpose-built for Industry 4.0, so that really inspires students to see what's out there, see what's capable, and see what has been done to date. And at one instance, we even brought one of the senior managements of one of these companies in and helped assess the coursework as well, which the students really find beneficial. It's evidence that you're really being qualified and educated to the cutting edge and the lean edge of what manufacturers need right now. Then another next module that I want to just highlight very quickly is Smart Factories. Again, I primarily teach this one, where we look, so we talked about the robot manufacturing, advanced manufacturing module, where we looked at a cellular level. This Smart Factories will look at a more factory level, where we look at the flow, the process, we analyze it using special through MATLAB, which is a sim events package. We can analyze the entire process flow, then maybe change it out if we were to upgrade this machine or involve a robot. How would that affect the process flow? What would be the knock-on effect? And how much would you save or spend, or what would be the benefit the industry over a 12-year period or 10-year or 5-year period or 12-month period? Okay, so we really do conduct some analysis within that module then as well. And what we aim for here is a second industrial visit in this module, which is typically a more traditional industry. In other words, maybe quite far from Industry 4.0. Again, to help inspire the student to think about where some of the ideas of industrial principles could be applied to the factory. And then the project, as I mentioned, they're all coursework based, but the project for this specific one is actually built around a real project call for funding from Invest NI, where they call for £5,000 budget to implement something Industry 4.0 related. And the project here justifying what you would spend that £5,000 on any process of your choice, any factory of your choice, of your experience. Okay, what would you spend the £5,000 on, and what effect would it have? So we analyse it prior to the money spend and post the money spend, and then we analyse the benefits the company could have. Some other modules then just to discuss. I mentioned, global business, guys. We need to understand, particularly if you're going to do any form of management role further down the line, you're going to be decision makers of these industries, and where it's great to know Industry 4.0 and manufacturing and engineering, etc., etc. You need to understand how to work in a globalized, highly connected business environment. What challenges you would face, how you would overcome them, how you would remain competitive on a global stage. Okay, and it really does prepare you for work in multi-layered environments. It means that you can, talk about your work and your research and all that sort of stuff, and your application of things you research in industry to all aspects of the business, be it financial, management, anything. And it's really important. And what I would like to note at this point is, we did say that experts will teach you in this. We as engineers and computer scientists are not going to claim that we are experts in business. So we actually employ our global business lecture from our business school. It's a world-renowned business school at the McGee campus. And we actually employ a lecturer from that who has expertise in global business, and they take this module on an online basis. Okay, so you're being taught again by a leading expert in the field within that module. Okay, data science foundations, similar to that. An engineer doesn't need to teach it. It's a data scientist that will teach this module. You'll learn about the concept of data science and certain application scenarios, including manufacturing, of course. Develop some understanding of the key concepts of data science, looking at the tools, the state-of-the-art libraries, everything that you can use to gain experience in it, and promote that development to investigate your research skills on how you can, manipulate data, visualize it, and understand stuff from it. That leads on machine learning data modeling, where again it's taught by a machine learning expert who will teach you unsupervised and supervised learning, machine learning techniques. They'll give practical example, practical experience. You can apply the data set to any industry and stuff like that. It's conceptual and it's practical, and it's a really hot in terms of how we deal with data. Data's being generated at an exponential rate. We generate something like 2.5 quintillion bytes of data per day as humans. It's at 2.5 with 30 zeros. It's a massive amount. We've generated 80% of our data in the last 2 years on the globe. So to understand that is valuable, we have to go and model it properly. Industry is no different. We are collecting data from everything, from machines to people to customer bases, everything. We need to understand the value of that data, and to do that, we need to be able to draw things from it, understand it, and model it. And then, as I say, look, I've talked about the master's project quite a bit, so I'll not talk about it again in too much detail. The research element, of course, then is a master's project, which you will drive as the student. You will lead the project, okay? You will come up with the idea, and you will drive it, and we, a supervisor, will be there to guide you in the research and help you make the right decisions along the way in terms of what to research and what they maybe implement and things like that as well. So what are the career opportunities? Well, this course, like no other, or like many others within our school, I should say, you can go into industry or research for career. Absolutely, either one is fine. Plenty of potential. Or you can go into a mixture of both, which I'll talk about soon as well. But either way, this field is rapidly developing as a key area of study, both within academia and industry. So you'll be well to continue your work in this. Data analytics and it plays a massive role in our process improvements and helps us compete globally. And as a graduate of this course, you go beyond your engineering knowledge. You'll understand data analytics and the role that it plays. And not only that, you'll also be able to understand what it means to compete globally as a business, thanks to the broad range of modules within this course. You obviously could go straight into a successful career as a real modern manufacturing engineer in Industry 4.0 settings, or go to an industry that's trying to break Industry 4.0 and be the leading expert within that industry in driving those projects and installing those projects. The need, obviously, for skills in this field at the moment is absolutely huge. There's a massive gap in the needs of the skills. And we're looking for people who don't only have skills in Industry 4.0, but they have commercial awareness. And that's really important. And that's why we have the likes of the business module in this course as well. Apart from anything else, guys, you probably won't be told it, but as a STEM graduate, the potential to be employed goes across so many industries, a really wide spectrum of industries as a STEM graduate. So, you know, it really is endless what you could do with your qualification. And on that note, if you don't want to go into industry at all, you could enter some form of graduate employment as well, build up an industry and research type background, or proceed to a further study in terms of a PhD, which about the second as well. We as a school and as a university offer a number of PhDs, so that is another option as well. What I would like to highlight at this point, because it's a question I often get asked, is that there is no work-based learning or supervised work experience in this course. We felt it was better to spend time upskilling rather than an industry-based placement that would delay and extend the length of the course. Okay. So I mentioned about industry. What I like to say, and I mentioned before, we have huge industry recognition as a university. We work with a broad range of different industries. Some of the ones we work with in the school are on screen right now. It's a small amount of the industry connections that we have. We have very strong industry connections, and that leads to a lot of opportunities in careers for you as a graduate. In terms of, as I mentioned, graduate program, a really good way to go in and build a name for yourself and a company. But I also mentioned the mix between research and industry, and you could do that as look for jobs and things like knowledge transfer programs, which is KTP. So what that is a mix between a university like ourselves and an industry, and they look for developing active research that they can implement within that industry, and you drive that project. So that's really interesting jobs that are available for all graduates as well. The Intertrade Ireland also do that. ITA, their Innovation Boost project, is a cross-border version of something similar to that, where they would have an industry from the south of Ireland and a university from the north, such as ourselves, work across the both to try and bring research to life within industry. So loads of different opportunities there. What I would just like to take a minute to mention, that it goes very hand in hand with this course offering there at the moment. We have, you may have heard of this, there's been a city deal announced, so £210 million investment for Derry. We are going to open a centre for industrial digitalisation, robotics and automation. And all of the areas that we will be looking at in that centre are areas that are taught in this course. Things like artificial intelligence, robotics, automation, industrial Internet of Things, etc. So you, as a graduate coming from this, will be well fixed to look into the career opportunities that this city deal bring to the region. Because across the northwest region, within each council area, there's anything from 11 to 20% of all jobs that are in the manufacturing industry. That might not sound like a lot in percentage, but that's a huge share of jobs within a certain market. And that equates to approximately 25,000 manufacturing jobs in the northwest region. Now, the problem is industry needs the support now to remain competitive. And to do that, they have to breach Industry 4.0. They need to implement an Industry 4.0 principles. And to do that, they need skilled people. So they need to upskill their current people, and they need graduates like you coming out with the skills necessary. A lot of companies have decided to upskill their current staff as well, some of which are on the course at the moment with us. As I say, the company pays for their course as well. So I just thought it was really important to mention the exciting development coming up in Derry over the next while, and such a huge investment, and right in this area as well. So the possibilities will be endless. I touched on this at the start, and I wanted to just mention this again, because if you want to go down the extended research career route, then we as a team in the ISRC, that's the Intelligence Systems Research Centre within our school, are dedicated to the creation of intelligent computational systems, taking inspiration from and learning from biology and neuroscience. So a lot of our research is biologically inspired. How do biology do it, and how can we get that in to our systems that we use now for everything from home help to manufacturing industry to virtual worlds. And we have a number of research teams within the ISRC. We have a brand new Scan iHub, which is augmented reality and virtual reality research, which integrates quite well with BCI as well, and how we can control things with BCI, brain computer interface. We have a huge cognitive robotics lab, one of the largest robot labs in Europe, and we have a number of researchers in that area as well, myself being one of them, and some PhD students that we supervise in there as well. We also have other massive areas such as computational neuroscience, neuroengineering. We have one of the only brain function mapping machines in Ireland that's capable of mapping brain data, and then we can utilize that data through the likes of data analytics, machine learning that I've mentioned that you would learn. And we have a full centre for combining artificial intelligence and data analytics, which is called CARL, within the centre as well. Massive investment, and again, it helps deal with that huge amount of data that we generate as humans. Things like games development and ambient worlds and virtual worlds. So there's a huge amount of research going on in the school, and from that we can offer a number of PhD opportunities. Should you decide that after your masters you've really enjoyed the research and you'd love to continue your research as a career, we offer PhDs then in all these areas that I've mentioned, from, as I say, robotics right through to computational neuroscience, VR, AR, BCI. So a huge amount of areas there that we offer PhD opportunities in. These opportunities come up every single year. There's a possibility for funding from the DFE as well as a national, if you're a UK student. There's also a possibility for funding from the VC award for international students, but a huge amount. I'd have any interest at all in PhDs, even at this stage, please do drop me an email and then I can talk you through some and give you more detail on those. So how do you apply for this course, Smart Manufacturing Systems course? The link's online there. You apply directly to the university, as I say, and we will assess each application on a case-by-case basis. This year for 2021, the teaching is to start on the 20th of September. Please bear in mind that changes every year, but this year it will commence on the 20th of September. In terms of fees and finance then, for a full-time master's course such as this one, the fee is £6,270. If you do it part-time, it's pro rata. In other words, you pay for which modules you register on as you go. There are a number of flexible payment options available, including employer sponsorship. If you're in an industry that they want to pay for your course for you, to upskill you, then obviously that's a possibility when we have a number of students on the course like that already. If you're a UU graduate, maybe you've just finished your undergraduate degree, or you've done it in the past, at any point, if you're an alumni at all, you can get 10% discount on this course as well, which is a massive saving, of course. If you're not, but you can pay up front, then you would get a 5% discount for paying up front, but you can't get the 5% and the 10%, of course. And then there are student loans available as well for postgraduate study, typically up to the value of 5,500. Okay, so if you can't afford it right now, you can still extend your student loan from an undergraduate degree or take out a new student loan up to the value of 5,500. But I would advise you to please check ulster.ac.uk for the most up-to-date information on all these fees and finances. I'd like to just, before I finish up, mention COVID-19 and where we currently are. We're currently making precautions to welcome our new students and our existing students back for the academic year, physically on campus. Okay, but we will do that safely and in line with government guidance. And on that point, it's important to note that should government guidelines change, that might go back to online teaching depending on what precautions we need to take as a university. But currently we are hoping, and the plan is to welcome students back on campus. Okay, but the best thing you can do is to stay up to date with the situation and how it changes. We have a website, ulster.ac.uk/coronavirus, to keep you up to date with the latest plans. You get all the information there. So guys, that's really it from me. So what I would like to say is, if any questions at all regarding postgraduate study or this course, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Okay, so if it's anything course related at all, you can contact myself, as I say, I'm the course director, and Dr. Emma Kerr. You can telephone me by all means, or you can drop me an email. The preferred and probably most efficient way to contact me is by email. Okay, if any of your queries are related to admissions or finance, then please do reach out to our admission service. The guys are fantastic. Email again is probably best. Their email and telephone number is on there, on screen there as well at the moment. Okay. Other than that, guys, it's really nice for me to welcome you here today. I'm delighted that you've joined me, and I would like to just thank you for your time and reiterate that think strongly about a postgraduate course. Why not? Particularly at these times as well. Industries are looking to upskill their personnel, particularly within the manufacturing industry. So this course will do that for sure. Plus, you will enjoy it. Okay, it's a really enjoyable course. We have a really good buzz, and we've had good feedback so far to date with the course. So listen, any questions at all, please do ensure that you reach out to me or the admissions service, depending on your question. If it is something I can't help you with, then I will redirect you, and happily do so. So please do reach out if you have any questions. Other than that, guys, I'd like to thank you very much for your time today, and have a very good day. Thank you.